Hello, and welcome to my channel. I am Srishti, and this channel is all about recommendations. Here we talk about recommendations from the YouTube space, be it YouTube channels to watch, YouTube creators to follow, YouTube videos to particularly watch, or just like books to read, or anything and everything to do with productivity and finance space. In today's video, I'll be talking about 5 apps that have changed the way I work completely. Some of these apps can be used across devices like your desktop or your phone, while some can only be used on your phone. Nonetheless, these are all free apps that you can utilize to make yourself more productive and just do more things in life. But before getting started, do not forget to hit the subscribe button if you aren't subscribed to my channel already, and press the bell notification along with it so that you're notified each time I publish a new video. And now let's get started. The first app on my list is pretty straightforward. It's a Google app and it's called Keep. It is essentially a note-taking app, and it can be used on your desktop or your phone. You just need to log in via your Google account or your Gmail account. It is just like any other note-taking app, just that I really like the user interface of this app, and I just feel it's very convenient to use. It has really changed the way I work in the sense that whenever I get any idea that I really like, sometimes you get ideas in places you don't really have pen and paper with you. Like, you just get an idea and you want to note it down because otherwise you forget those ideas. So this really helps me in like keeping a track of those ideas, and it's also kind of helpful for the procrastinator in me because I can just jot down those ideas and like keep them away for like further use, but I can always get back to them. It's literally procrastination without guilt, because eventually I end up coming back to those ideas of whatever I wanted to do. If I wanted to create something around it, then I always can come back to those ideas. So it's really helpful like that. It's one thing I really like about the app is also that I can archive certain notes and like certain things, because I personally really like to like get, once I'm done with those ideas, or like I just want to put some ideas away, or I'm done writing down things that I wanted to write down, but I don't like to delete stuff. I just like to archive certain stuff which I can come back to easily. Majority time of the day I spend on my computer. I can always access the Keep app on the computer and jot down stuff, and whenever I'm not on the computer, I always have my phone with me, so it helps me keep a track of things like there as well. I don't use it for my to-do list or stuff like that. That I use like I make manual to-do lists, but it really helps me in keeping track of my ideas and like just random ideas that I want to keep track of. Moving on to the next application on my list, and this is a self-care app that I use. It's called Stoicism, if you don't already know, is like a school of thought that promotes being very calm and patient in the face of anxiety and pain. It basically promotes like just accepting the worst case scenario in most situations, and then whatever you get out of the situations is usually not the worst case scenario, so always happy. Yeah, I just don't know how I feel about it. I don't hate it, but I'm not too pro it as well. But despite that, I really love using this app. It's a self-care app in the sense that you can use it for journaling. You can use it to track your mood, and basically it's a good track. It keeps good track of your mental health as well. How I use it is basically first thing in the morning I get up, and like usually there's this question that comes up, that how do you feel, how was your sleep, what's the kind of mood you're feeling, and then you can choose the options that it gives you, and then it asks you whether you want to start your day with journaling or like meditation or like fight breathing. Fight breathing is something that's available in the paid application or paid version of this application, but I don't really use it. It's pretty good without the paid application as well. So I usually end up journaling or like meditating. For meditation, it gives you like sounds and like a timer, so you don't really need to use any other app for that as well. And for like journaling as well, it gives you like a lot of prompts that you can use to journal, so it's great like that. Then again, at the end of the day, you can go back and it asks you questions like how's your mood right now, and whatever your mood is, it basically the subsequent questions that it asks you are based on that. So if, for example, if you're feeling happy, then it'll ask you why you're feeling happy, what happened that made you feel happy, what all did you accomplish during that day, what all made you feel good, what all are you grateful for, stuff like that. And in case you're feeling sad, then the questions that follow will be related to that. So it will basically think about things that are triggers for you as well. So in a long period, you can always have your statistics in place to actually go back and identify what makes you feel good or what makes you feel bad, and eventually rectify it. If you're a beginner and you really want to journal and you haven't journaled before, this is a great app to start doing that, because there are good prompts. There's an easy way to do it as well, because without prompts, journaling can become a little like tedious and you don't know what to write a lot of times. But with prompts, it gives you like a line of thought, and it's great like that. There's another feature in the application, which is stroll meditation, which I haven't tried yet. I am meaning to try that out. It's basically like a guided meditation while you take a walk. So I haven't tried it up till now because I usually listen to music while I walk, but I think I'll give it a try as well. All in all, it's a great app to keep a tab on your mental health and eventually be more productive. The next application again is a very straightforward application that I think everybody uses. It's called Google Sheets, and I'm sure you know about it already, so I won't take much time. Google Sheets is another app that you can use across your phone or across your laptop or your desktop. Basically, it's really helpful for me because I like to keep a tab of what I plan to do during the month. Like for example, if I have these videos that I record and shoot, I know which day I can record, which day I'm going to edit, which day I'm going to put them out. So that's all chalked out in my Google Sheets, and I use it to track my finances. Everything is basically tracked via Google Sheets by me, and yep, it's great because I get to use it on my system as well as on my phone. So what better way to do it than Google Sheets? The next application on my list is this application called Pomodoro. Pomodoro is a Pomodoro timer app basically. So with work from home becoming the norm, it's become even more important for me to keep a tab of the time I'm spending on work, because usually when you used to go to office, you knew that you 9-10 hours, whatever time you're spending in office, that's work time, and then eventually you come back and you spend time on your phone or doing random things like checking Instagram and stuff like that. But when you're home, it kind of, you take a break for 5 minutes, and that a 5-minute break becomes 10-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute break, and before you know it, you spend an hour on Instagram and not working. So this application has really helped me in curbing that time spent on useless activities and using it more mindfully to work. So basically, I put on this Pomodoro timer. Pomodoro timer suggests that you work focused work for 25 minutes, and then you take a 5-minute break, and then after 2 cycles of doing this, you can take a longer break of 15 minutes. So it's really it's like set duration, so you end up only doing that much work, or you end up doing only that much break time. So it's really helpful to be more productive during your working hours. Otherwise, when last year COVID had started, I used to end up spending crazy hours on completing the same amount of work that I used to complete in office in 8 hours. So it's really changed my working life like that. Also, in one go, you can only continuous focus only happens for 25 minutes max. So that's great because you get that break for 5 minutes. It really helps you. You can go walk around in between for 5 minutes and come back and then start working again. So it really helps you maintain that focus, be more productive, and just end up only working so many hours in a day. The next application on my list is the Kindle app. So as a child, I used to read a lot, and my reading time used to be before I go to bed. So I used to read a lot of books just before I went to bed. But eventually I became very lazy, and the idea of reading before bed was still really nice to me. But just the effort of getting up and switching off the light after reading a book and then coming back to sleep, that effort of 30 seconds has affected my reading habits a lot. I ended up reading a lot less just because I was really lazy to do that much, so that 30 seconds worth of effort. So eventually I thought that I might as well buy a Kindle because that will be easier for me to read, and I'll end up reading more on the Kindle. So I thought of that, but then I realized maybe I should use the Kindle app before I end up spending money on the Kindle, because if I didn't end up reading on the Kindle, I'll just hate myself for spending that money. So I downloaded the Kindle app and I downloaded the book that I wanted to read, and I think there has been no looking back after that, because I've ended up reading so many books on the Kindle app, and it's a great app, and I suggest everybody should try it out. Anybody who wants to read books should try the app out for sure. It's so easy to read on that because you end up like there's a highlight feature available on the app, there's a dictionary that's available on the app, like it's an inbuilt dictionary. You can bookmark pages, you can do so many things on the app that physically are more tedious to do, especially if you like to read late at night. So do check out the app for sure. I really like this one feature in which basically all the highlights are available in on one page, and I can email those highlights to myself, so that email like a PDF of sorts comes to me in an email with all the highlighted stuff. And it's great to read because sometimes you just like for example, I've read The Kite Runner, Thousand Spent Suns. All these books have like so many quotes and stuff that I really like to go back to, and I just need to go back to that PDF, or like just open this book on the Kindle app, and like I don't need to flip through pages and find what I've highlighted like you would do in a physical book. But it's just all available together, and it's a big time saver as well. And I've got so comfortable using the Kindle app that I don't think I have the need to buy a Kindle, because I'm not really finicky about the size of the screen I'm looking at. I kind of find it okay to read on the phone. If you're somebody who probably thinks that they won't be able to read on the phone, you can try the Kindle app and eventually choose to invest in Kindle itself. Okay, then those were all the applications on my list today. All these apps have really helped me in either being more productive or end up like helping me do more of what I've wanted to do. It's great how you can really leverage technology to your benefit, and I really like doing that. So do check out these apps. If there's some app that you use that you think is a life-changing app for you, do mention it in the comments below, because I'd love to check those apps out. I am really all in for like trying out different apps, trying out different things. Also, if you liked watching this video, do not forget to hit the like button and share this video with people who you might think would enjoy using some of these apps. Also, do not forget to click the subscribe button, press the bell notification along with it so that you're notified each time I publish a new video. And yeah, bye!